In this video, I'm going to show you how to assess your little one's blending ability. And when I say blending, this is how many sounds can they sound out and put together. A lot of us think our little ones can read because they know the sounds. But once you put the word in front of them, you realize they actually can't read the way we thought they could, right? Because there's this other skill called blending that's holding them back. Now, when we think of blending, we've got to think about two separate kinds of blending: oral or out loud blending and written down blending. That's what we think of as reading. And we start with out loud. This is your little one's ability to hear sounds and put them together. Because if they can't hear separate sounds and put them together, by the time you actually write the word for them or show them the book, they're not going to be able to see different sounds and put them together, okay? So think of it like this. If we take a word, like the word bat, and I will write out this word for you. I'll show you, I'll put a dot under each sound. There are 3 sounds in the word bat. Many of us, when our little one is first learning how to read, we show them the word and we say, okay, read it. And then the kid can't, right? We're doing the written down blending. And what I'm telling you is before you ever write the word down, you've got to see if they can blend out loud. So here's how you're going to assess it, okay? I want you to start with 2 sound words, okay? You don't need anything in front of you. You're just going to give them a couple different 2 sound words to blend. Every time you say the word, you're going to leave a big space in the middle. So here's the first sound. Here's the second sound. You're going to put a big space between it. It might sound like this. A, t. And you're going to listen to see if they can tell you at. Okay? They've got it. You're going to go to the second word and try the second word. Say a, p, and see if they can put it together into up. In the notes here, I have a list of words that you can use for the assessment. So if you don't want to have to think of these on your own, I've got 10 2-sound words, 10 3-sound words, and 10 4-sound words for you to go through. All you're going to do is you're going to pick up that list, you're going to read it to your little one, and leave a space between each of those sounds. See if they can do it, okay? After those 2-sound words, you're going to move to 3-sound words, okay? So that's going to sound like this. T, and then see if they can put together cut, right? You go through that list. I've got 10 words for you there, and then move to those 4-sound words, okay? Your job, your goal is to see how many sounds can they blend together at a time. Are they a 2-sound blender, a 3-sound blender, or a 4-sound blender? Or can they just not do this at all yet? And either way is fine, but once you know where they're at, you know where to push them. They can do 2 sounds, okay, you know to practice 3. They can do 3 sounds, okay, you know to practice 4. They can do 4, okay, you know to practice 5. This assessment is going to give you critical information about their blending, okay? After this, you can give them the same assessment, but written down. So you can go back to 2 sounds, and instead of saying at, what you're gonna do is you're going to write the word and you're going to ask them to read it and see if they can read at. They've got it. You're like, great, let's go to the next word. Let's see if you can read this word, right? But instead of saying it, you're just writing it down and they're reading up. Go through the same process. So out loud, we went from 2 to 3 to 4. In written down here, we're going to go from 2 to 3 to 4. Again, I've got a list. 10 words with 2 sounds, 10 words with 3 sounds, 10 words with 4 sounds that you can pull from if you need to assess your little one, okay? And the most important part of the assessment, okay? The most important thing I can give you, if you take one thing away from the video, I want it to be this. An assessment is meaningless if you don't actually do something with the data. The whole purpose of this is to let you know where to work with them. So once you've done the assessment and you've looked at it, you're either going to look at it and say, okay, they struggle with all of the 3-sound words, Or you're gonna say, okay, every time the sound was in a word, they had trouble putting it together, right? Whatever the thing is, you're gonna figure out this is the thing they need to work on, and then you've gotta figure out what to do. And here's how I can support you with those next steps, okay? I've got a ton of free videos on social media across all of my platforms on blending. Lots and lots of tips to get you started. That's completely free. I've also got a free training in my bio. If your little one struggles with that blending out loud stage, we're gonna touch on how to help improve their blending out loud, because if they can't do that, written down is gonna be really challenging, okay? I've also got a full course on blending words. And this is something to consider, especially the older your little one is. If they're 6, if they're 7, if they're 8, and they're still not able to blend 3 and 4 sound words, this is something that their school is going to be expecting from them at this point. And if you want to help get them over the hump quickly, I've got a full course that's going to give you a lesson plan for how to teach blending. I'm going to show you me doing the lesson plan with the child for how to teach blending, right? Over 2 hours of video content, you're going to get my direct support anytime you need it. And that can really help get your little one to the next level. The key is you've got to know what that level is. Here's where they are. Here's where they're going. So I've got a ton of resources that can help you, anywhere from free to my paid courses. You decide what's gonna be best for you and for your little one. Otherwise, I hope this video is helpful. I hope the assessment is helpful. Definitely download those words so you can make this process as quick and as fast as possible. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.